It's Kelly, and I'm going to be doing my fourth speech, which is my persuasive speech today, and it is going to be on post traumatic growth. And I want to introduce you guys to my lovely audience. I'm missing one because she's on a phone call outside, but I have my camera woman, which is Miss Carla, and then we have Miss Lisa, and the newest audience member, Miss Summer, and Miss Carmina, who is outside. She'll be joining us shortly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I have a PowerPoint for you guys with some stuff that will hopefully help you guys. So here we go. So they say when life changes to be harder, change yourself to be stronger. Some changes come by choice and others by force, and it's how you respond to it. Hi, my name is Kelly again, and I am going to be presenting on post-traumatic growth, and go ahead and start you off with a little story. So, let's see. It was New Year's Eve, a cold, clear night, and shots rang out through the dark cul-de-sac, and he was gone. My fiance, my daughter's father, was gone, and I was alone with our 1-year-old daughter. I was forced to figure it out and make ends meet, and I had to make a change. And my first step was, of course, saving money, moving out of our home, stayed with my sister to save some money, and had to start over and secure our future. So now I'm here and I'm enrolled in college. And I give you this story to tell you that no matter what happens in your life, no matter how hard it is, you can pull through it and you can be successful. Don't give up. So change is okay. Like I said, sometimes it's by choice and sometimes it's by force. And it's all about this perspective that you have while looking at it. You know, is the glass half full or is it half empty instead? You're probably asking, how in the heck did you get positive out of the situation I went through? Well, you can, even though you don't choose it. It's how you respond to it. So, let's see. Let me go ahead and move on the slide. So the quote, when life changes to be harder, you change yourself to be stronger. This is called traumatic growth. What is post-traumatic growth? It's a term that psychologists use that are using to describe a positive change occurring in an individual after they've experienced a highly stressful life event. It refers to the idea that suffering does not have to be deliberate in a person. Cannot talk. In fact, finding a way to endure through significant suffering can actually lead to meaningful development of personal character. So that's the definition of it. And I just want to go over what it is and some of the traits that you can find in people. Now, not all people have this trait, and some people, they go different ways with coping with things that happen in life. But these were some of the top traits that I found according to Greater Good magazine by article by Jill M. Sudi in September of 14. Hope was the number one. Personal control was the second. Having social support, and I'll go through these as soon as I get done. Forgiveness and spirituality. Hope, we all kind of know what that is having hope. I think for me that kind of goes towards having faith. Personal control, being in control of the situation and how you react, the perspective and how you look at things. Social support, who do you have around you, your environment? There were some studies that they had where there was some natural disasters in the Carolinas, and the researchers found that the surviving victims of the hurricanes in the Carolinas, Hurricane Hugo, they had more emotional stability because they believed that they had a lot of social support. They had people around them helping them out and everything, so they took it on differently. Let's see, forgiveness. This one's huge, especially for my situation that I shared with you guys. Being able to forgive. You have to be able to let go and forgive. Not necessarily forgetting it, but putting it into a place where your life where you can accept it and move forward. Don't let nothing hold you back. It doesn't matter what the circumstances is. And of course, spirituality, having faith is something, and it's very important too, to make sure that you have a good mindset, a good spiritual foundation of what you believe in, and know there's a higher power or whatever it might be. Go on to the next slide. Oh, okay. And I've listed, just in case if anybody is going through any kind of depression or anxiety, I have a list here of different hotlines that you may want to use, or if you know someone who might need some help. You got your National Suicide Hotline, National Mental Health Hotline, Sexual Assault, Domestic Violence, and the California Youth Crisis Hotline also. There's a story of a reporter who was in Jerusalem. Her name was Kay Wilson. I don't know if you guys have heard the story about Kay Wilson, and she survived a terrorist attack, and this was a few years ago. Her and her friend were in Jerusalem. They were, news reporters getting, different things that they were researching. And her and her best friend were ambushed by two terrorists, and she witnessed her best friend's murder. And she was also bound up, and she was stabbed several times. She actually played dead and was able to survive. She walked through a forest until she finally found help. And one of the things that she said that she was doing while she was going through the forest to be able to survive was singing a song to herself to get through. Her feet were blistered, they were bleeding, she was stabbed through her chest, so it was pretty bad. She ended up making it, and just, her story, she was able to come out of that after witnessing that and become an international speaker. We got another audience member. So she became an international speaker and a writer, and her story kind of moved me because it was similar, and it just is another example that no matter what happens in life, that you must always think positive, and and there's a way to apply it, even though sometimes it's hard, you don't think that you can. So that's what post-traumatic growth is. If you guys need any more information, you guys can email me, and I will get back to you. So I think that's it. You guys have any questions? I know you guys do this all the time. Okay, and that is my presentation. Thank you for your time.